You grew ancient in this rustic little village holding on to your pretty little dream. Don't lump yourself with me when I'm carrying out my goals. Welcome to Bible study, because we're talking about the gospel that is Berserk. Open your text to chapter 133, the appearance of our little Shonen Protagonist, catching felonies in the seinen world. The kid who doesn't dream, but ambitions. The kid went from following guts to riding on top of a heretic slaying angel. If his goals were an unforgettable journey, he got it. This guy is said to be one of the coldest protagonists of all time. He has spiky hair, he's stubborn, he is a perverted virgin, and always finds himself in bad situations, but still towards his dreams. He puts himself in one versus many situations and does not fold. Well, maybe he does, sometimes, but he doesn't take no for an answer. He fights tooth and nail to chase down a man who literally be fighting demons in the night and running at 4 flat by the day. What a lot of people didn't notice is during that little intermission scene where Guts was traveling to the refugee camp with the heretic slayers and shit, he was doing that with little to no sleep. And Isidro had to do the same to ensure that he did not lose track of him. He had a hunger towards his ambition that most people don't even have towards their dreams. I say this because the word dream itself is imaginative, but ambition is a much more grounded and realistic thing to drive towards. You can dream in the physical world while doing absolutely nothing, but you cannot be ambitious while you are dreaming. One can dream of success, but ambition allows you to attain it. Actions speak louder than words, and dreams are just words to Isidro, but ambition is action, and through the boy's actions, he demonstrates his ambition. He puts in work during the cult meetings. He goes back to Gus without hesitating when they are about to get sieged by the rest of the Kushan army, and he has offered the harem that he has always wanted, but he turns it down because it's his purpose that drives him. You can take a rain check on ass, but not on your purpose. Isidro's reappearance in chapter 190 was so funny because he is naturally such a villain. We find him doing what we expect him to be doing. He is the kid you are happy to see in ISS if you are always finding yourself in ISS. He reminds me of Aang if he dabbled in drugs and delinquency. Then to find that he was finessing the snow-covered twins, Sir Pico and Farnese, was hilarious. He gets got by Sir Pico and they have their reunion. The egoless cold guy that gets extra cold when he opens his eyes. The egotistical Sindure that has a torture fetish. The last airbender. And an elf that is really a fairy. Well, nah. He's just a crackhead from the streets of Ba Sing Se. This nigga said, chase like a snake, bite like a snapping turtle, and gnaw like a vulture. That's my motto. The boy is destined to catch multiple felonies. This is Take before the race.
Shoot a fuckboy in his motherfucking face.
Then when they finally see the state that Casca is in, they stare at Guts like he is some sort of predator. That shit was funny as hell. Volume 24 starts with Isidro being the natural born thief he is. His expression is the funniest thing though. Most people will have a scared, excited look on their face, but he just looks annoyed. He looks annoyed at the fact that the man had the gall to chase him to get his goods back when the food supply is already low. The old man catches them and then offers Isidro an apple. Then he proceeds to body the old man as thanks. Shit was funny as hell. This old man was pushing at least 220. This Isidro nigga is buff as hell, bruh. He did him filthy. He then proceeds to say the funniest shit he has ever said. Hand him all over, stingy bastard. Growing boys need nourishment. That shit is funny as hell, bruh. He said hand them all over, putting emphasis on the all. The gall of this nigga, bro. Plus call him a stingy bastard because he won't let him steal from him. Isidro deserves his own shonen, bro. That shit needs to run in Weekly Shonen Jump or Kodansha. He is learning his humor from the right person though. He even has the same hairstyle as Guts. Guts' humor isn't just the type of funny where you get a laugh or a chuckle. He's the hysterical type, where Guts' humor hits you in a pressure point that results in immediate reaction, uncontrollable laughter. Isidro's got himself a good mentor. Then Guts gives Isidro such good advice that even the elf had to stop and say, that was cold. He gets turned into a monkey. Then in chapter 202, he decides to audition for a prison school. But he pulled up, sneaking a peek at Farnese and Casca. Then decides to get naked to jump in because the water is fine. Buddy said a child's privilege. This nigga said a child's privilege. And proceeds to get comfortable in a rather exciting situation. This boy has goals, an unapologetic personality, the ability to befriend people quickly, a curious nature, balls of steel, quick wits, and the mindset of a harem protag. He's a shonen protagonist plopped into a seinen world with his eyes solely on the prize. The troll arc really humbled the boy because it showed him how danger could lie at any corner and that he is ultimately too weak to deal with it himself. Chapter 205 through 215 were powerful chapters for Isidro because his purpose in life was realized, tested, and compared to that of an old man. When asked whether his dream was either a courageous challenge or opportune escape, he abandons the line of questioning altogether by saying that his dreams aren't just some warm and fuzzy something that he lives for or dies for, but a vivid, unrelenting craving, something that drives his very being, to become a sword master. And he fought tooth and nail to become. Fought tooth and nail to be in the position that he is in now, and to be in the presence of the greatest swordsman of their age. A swordsman with a sword that continues to get heavier and heavier. Guts, understanding the shortcomings of his relationship with Gambino, knows the value of the relationship between him and the boy. He knows that, like himself, Isidro would naturally look for the validation of the only man he respects. Guts knows that a past full of trauma and neglect will leave one living the rest of his life attached to another man's dream, until the realization that every man should have their own isolated dream. Something to live for. Something to die for.
Once I was willing to do just that, to commit myself to fighting, and let anyone else find a reason for me.
Guts may be trying to save the boy from going down the same path as him, where the lust for revenge becomes your very essence. Or it could be something as simple as seeing the boy that he sees in himself, and giving Isidro the esteem that he himself never had in his youth, showing the boy that he's certainly more valuable than 3 silver coins. I'm not gonna hold you, bruh. Isidro be surprising me. This nigga is hilarious. He's like Puck ×2, low-key. Like, he has so much comedic relief to this dark-ass world. Isidro's character is really appreciated by me, bro. Puck is extremely appreciated. Like, go back and reread Berserk and just look at Puck. You will have the heartiest laugh you will have that whole entire day. This nigga Puck is hilarious. His whole elf divine style of fighting this shit, and how he acts like he's a master of Isidro and Serpico, and how this nigga just be acting like that little scene that Puck had with the other fairy. That shit was so hilarious, bro. Because the other fairy said they're the worst version of us two or something like that. And then this nigga Puck said, yep, they suck. And then the other fairy said, nah, we talking about child two, Isidro and Puck. That shit was hilarious, bro. That shit had me weak as hell. Because I didn't catch it the first time, so I reread the page. And I just looked at Puck. Hilarious. Currently on chapter 215 to 16. This is a banger. There's no way to describe it. Such a banger that I have to make an A and B about it. That shit went stupid. I may not play this video because the nigga ain't trying to get copyrighted. But yeah, man, I have a banana fish video in the works. I appreciate y'all niggas for watching. Kiss you on the left cheek, slap on the right. I'll see y'all when I see y'all, man.